I love you so much.
Happy birthday, Louise!
Thank you very much. Yes, life keeps moving along. 50 years, it was not at all on my mind when we started. And you've walked the journey with me. And I'm here so excited and happy, wanting this to have been happening so often, to have a party full of gratitude. I want you to know that each person here and all the people who couldn't come made a difference in the program and built it because we did it together. And you know why? The central force of life that's in the center of Julie's is the truth. That's the truth. The loving sharing of truth and caring made it possible for each one of us to feel good about ourselves, get the hang of what it means to be raising a family, and finding out what our life journey is meant to be. And we've used the butterfly for that image to help us because we live in the midst of mystery. Love is a mystery. How did I get all the love that I have for each of you? I thank the source, our God of love and goodness is flowing through us all the time.
Amen.
I want to thank, moving back a ways, thank with awesome gratitude to the God of love and goodness, because this is all a journey of faith. And so many people helped make us viable, thriving, effective, and wonderful. We are a community of caregivers. And that only happens because we put our mind to it, our hearts to it, and we did a lot of learning. And you know, I have found that the design of a human person is that we're spiritual beings in a physical body, and so we have a lot going on in a unique personality that we have charge of for the rest of our life once we are born. And that's a big job, isn't it? Becoming the best of your life, becoming the best you can be. Well, that's what the butterfly is all about, right? It's like, okay, you know, one of the mantras of the program is that it's okay to be a caterpillar, because one day you will be a butterfly. That's one of the basic truths. The other gift that we have is that we have wonderful mentors along the way. You know, St. Julie Billiot lived in a little village. She lived during the French Revolution. She saw in her village women whose husbands had been killed at war and were not at home. And they were struggling to make their families live well and thrive. And she stepped in and had her gifts and talents to say, how about if we start a program to teach young women, educate them, and she even taught them crafts. She taught them lace making because they could make some money that way and help to get enough money to make ends meet in their family. She is one of my most favorite mentors, and that's why the program is called Julie's. By the way, she was paralyzed for over 20 years in a wheelchair. She still did all of these pieces. It just amazes me. The other mentor that we had, and Jean and Sister Pat O'Malley, who got trained in the Montessori style of children's education, was Maria Montessori. She also, in her life, realized that some kids were not making it in the first grade and other kids were. And she went to study about what that's all about. And she designed a beautiful education style that our program adopted, and Sister Jean and Sister Pat went to get educated about it, and it works. That's another truth about all of this, is that it works. And we're very, very grateful that in the way of God, these mentors have made a difference for us here, even though we didn't know them personally. Now, along the way, when the program started, I was at St. Peter and Paul's and St. Vincent's Parish as a family outreach worker, and we had some wonderful group time with some of the, especially the women in the project that wanted to gather and talk. They wanted some talk time, figure things out, get support. And we started that way, and then it was obvious that, as Andoria shared with you, as people shared their struggles, I said, oh my goodness, children need moms and dads who know what they're doing, feel good about themselves, have hopes and dreams, and have the skills to channel their love and help families grow well. So I went to get my master's and asked permission from our religious order if I could start a program. And Jean had already started her Montessori program down at the corner of A Street and Broadway, and the sisters at Cardinal Cushing High School allowed her to use the art room for her little ones to go to, and that was the beginning of that structure. And I used St. Vincent's sacristies to have some meetings with women. 9 women started the program. All I said is, would you like to do that? Would you want to join? Would you want to meet together and get some support? Yes. So then I said, do we want to do it in different people's homes? No! I'm telling you, each woman that came into the program helped to shape what we do at Julie's. And because of their sharing their truth and sharing it in a caring environment and having time to do this, it turned out that it was effective. And the relationships created there, you can see, have spilled over for 50 years to who we have today now as a very large group. And so many couldn't make it today. And so many wanted to be here. So many past staff that were so good. The staff who helped make Julie's work well is because they got it. They knew that loving, caring, learning, and hope were all needed to grow people. And that's the truth forever. But the other thing about it is that we we needed a safe place. We needed home bases, Montessori was outgrowing A Street. They were going to sell Cardinal Cushing High School. We needed space. Okay. We went to the local community school at the Condon. And Mike Taylor took us in and made it possible for us to keep on thriving and giving service. We thank Mike Taylor and the ability for him to get it. He was magnanimous in giving us space and support. Also at the same time, we were struggling at St. Vincent's and looking for more space in our wonderful community of South Boston. We had friends in high places like Bob Monahan. And Bob was the director of the Boys and Girls Club, and they didn't have kids in the building till 2:30. So, what about us? And Bob, what did he say? Welcome. It was an amazing gift. That's why we're filled with gratitude. There's so many pieces and people that made it work. But you know what's not visible to the eye? It's always a challenge, is getting the funds to support the program. In my naivete, I never thought about that when the 9 of us went and started the program. I never thought of money. That's the truth. At that time, the parish did support it, so I was in that space. However, it's been the most challenging journey to contact people who had the means to help us and attract them to believe in us and to give us the funds that we need to make it all work. And they're all invisible to the eye, but they are the most precious gifts to us, the donors and supporters and the volunteers and all the kind people that channeled the goodness and truth of God to us through their financial and personal help. So I want to have a loud, wholesome thank you clap for all those people. Now, my favorite thing is that I see all of you. That's really the truth. I'm a real visual person. And some of the women that I hear that had been in Julie's many years ago, I haven't seen them since they left. And so today is taking my breath away. And I want all the women who have been a part of Julie's, if you wouldn't mind standing up so we can say thank you to you.